Welcome back to the back nine coverage of the feature card for the 10th annual Seviren Lang Memorial. We're here at Garry Cavan Park, and the tournament is sponsored by Innova Discs. I'm Nathan Queen, and I'm here again with Colten Montgomery. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Excited to be back. The front nine was pretty good. You guys all shot really well, so I'm excited to see what the back nine has to bring.
Yeah, Greg 6 down, Ricky, Colin, and myself 5 down. Going into this back nine, hole 10's a pretty gettable par 3.
Yeah, definitely one that I think most players are trying to get. It's slightly elevated. Once you get down there, you'll see it's slightly elevated. 320 feet. Right there in the darkness through the trees, you see that wooden platform, and the basket's going to be sitting right on top of that. Really hard to go too far. If you do go too far, you're kind of in jail. But
yeah, and Colin, again, he had a big part in building this this built-up green here. It's a beautiful addition to the course.
And that looks pretty good. Maybe a little left.
Yeah, he's off to the left. He's inside the circle and might have a bit of an obstructed putt. Looks like Greg going back to another eagle here. And he's punched it out a little wide.
Yeah. And it is pretty thick over there if you get into it.
Yeah, he caught some cabbage and hopefully kept him out where he'll be able to get a pitch up and down. Going with a Mako 3 here. And I just got a little ahead of myself. I think I was trying a little too hard.
Didn't really see where that finished.
Kind of an unfortunate kick. It kicked all the way to the other side, and I'm on the edge of the woods over there close to where Greg was at.
So I was going to ask before if you thought this was a really hard, like a tough lefty hole, but I would imagine so, right?
That was the first. I practiced a few times, and
Wow.
There's Ricky getting a good kick towards the basket. That was I think it was a 10-time KC Rock out of him. And this was the first time I had messed it up. I feel like it's a pretty good straight to Anheuser shot, which is kind of what I learned on. So for me, I felt like it's a little easier of a lefty hole than a righty hole.
Oh, whoa. Barsby giving it a run.
Barsby always giving it a run. But the righty, you've kind of got that hyzer stand-up shot where it's easy to push right or
sure.
hyzer out early. So
Good putt from Ricky.
and Colin from about the same spot as Ricky, just a little further left.
And another good putt.
Yeah, that was a completely different putt from him as well. He had to go to straddle, and there was more of a push putt than his spin putt we've seen the rest of the round.
You know, I don't know if it's true, and I don't know if we'll see him again, but under this wooden pillar, there's some beautiful-looking flowers, and I thought they were real, and someone told me they were fake.
Yeah,
I was shocked by that.
I remember seeing them, but I never investigated to see if they're real or fake. Moving on to hole 11, which is a really pretty par 4 here. You kind of throw up over the gap that you saw and want to land around where you see that short pin. And then it funnels down into this downhill tunneled green. It's just a really fun shot to throw. To throw over, you kind of got to keep it controlled so you don't fade off. And
that was early.
yeah, a bit of a misrelease from Colin there. But you kind of want to throw a controlled hyzer where you don't fade off too far to the left, but you also can't push too far straight.
And looks like Ricky's kind of throwing a big shot there.
And yeah, that's further. Even though he landed and didn't get any flare, that's further than you'll see a lot of people try for on this hole.
Yeah, that was a pretty big drive for this, and he's going to set himself up for a relatively easy up and down. Barsby's hanging it a little bit out further right.
Yeah, this is more the play you'll see for most people, just to it keeps you from having a chance of pinching yourself off early left.
Which is where you really don't want to be left. If you're left, it's hard to get up and down. But also, there is an OB line that runs to the right-hand side all the way down by the basket. So definitely don't want to push it too far right either.
So I didn't even know that. Thanks for letting me know. That was a Thunderbird flex shot for me going up to that wood line. I put it right where I wanted to. Colin decided to re-tee after that unfortunate miss throw he had off the first one, which was a smart decision. He didn't have much going on in there.
So you guys didn't even go try and find it. He just decided re-tee?
No, he did look for it.
Okay, gotcha.
And just after finding it, decided that he needed to re-tee. Gregg coming up just a little bit short left on his upshot.
Yeah, this green is pretty tricky to get something to like stick right there because it kind of slopes to the left away from the basket.
Yeah.
See, there's a little roll, but you'll be right there for a tap in.
I played the AVR X3 there so I could try to float something down. I didn't see that roll. I thought I did it pretty well.
And see,
it worked out anyway.
He plays the hill pretty good, but still giving himself a circle's edge look, and that's a scary putt on this screen. Yeah,
there's some rocks and roots early that keep you from being able to just kind of slide it up there. So you still have to float it in, and it makes it a lot tougher than you would think it would be to land here. Gregg with another long look. Bouncing off the top and still rolling away.
Wow.
And
man, he's been all over it today.
Yeah. And that's showing you that downhill slope, how prominent it is right after the basket. Colin.
Wow, and he just bangs it after watching that roll away.
Yeah, getting a birdie off of the re-tee. So that's about best case.
It's bogey. He got a bogey.
Best case birdie off the re-tee.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, so that's about the best case scenario for him to pull off his bogey. Ricky getting the birdie and keeping his balance, keeping from foot fault and falling forward.
Yeah, that was a good putt from Ricky. Man, Barsby having a rough go here on the basket, but
yeah, not quite able to save his par. That's a rough one.
And there you are, tapping in your birdie.
So a couple bogeys on the hole. For a short par 4, you wouldn't expect that, but it does have some teeth.
Definitely, and here we are at hole 12, 302 feet. It's pretty dead straight, and it finishes just to the right of that gap, as you can see down there in the sun. That property line on the left runs all the way down to the road. The water that you see right there is going to be casual, so the only OB you have to worry about is left and long.
Yeah, now this OB I did know about. And here's Ricky going with that same rock again, and he hits that tree and kicks underneath the bridge. He actually made it all the way out to the left side, and he'll have a circle putt inside the circle putt.
And here you are with that stud again, it looks like.
Yeah.
And you look like you just parked it.
Yeah, I got a little sneaky, just a little bit right, but went in between those trees and maybe 18, 15 feet left.
Very nice. Here we go with a hyzer flip from Colin, and he also looks like he parked it.
Yeah, like the same gap I took. Great hyzer flip shot there. I always love watching hyzer flip shots.
They're so fun to throw and watch. Barsby with another eagle forehand.
And gets out, makes it all 4 of us inside the circle on this pretty tough downhill par 3 that you play here.
Yeah, that's the best group of 4 that I've seen throw it. And Ricky.
We so you've been in the woods for a little while and then get back out to right here coming down this hill. It's usually a bit of a headwind. And just kind of lifted his putt up. He's able to stay in bounds and then come back and make his par putt.
Yeah, that's a good comeback.
So, way to hold it together. As you expect from Ricky, of course, though.
Of course. And Barsby getting his birdie. I'd imagine you will be doing the same thing here.
Yeah, we're all just kind of tapping in here.
Yeah, that's good. 3, well, I would assume 3 birdies on this hole.
Yeah, he's pretty close there.
Yep, 3 birdies on this hole. That's really good.
Yeah, Colin, he was speaking about that after the hole was over, talking as a local, saying that doesn't happen real often. So here we've got Colten Montgomery with the hot start, 8 down through 12. Myself, Logan Bowers, and Ricky right behind him at 7, and then 6 down. So everybody's still shooting pretty hot here.
Yeah, bunched up. Here we are, hole 13. It's 555 feet. The trees you'll see long there's going to be an OB line. And then here we're taking a 90-degree angle. This is roughly where most people are going to want to land. And then your next shot's going to be up and over the trees.
Yeah, for a par 4, this is one of the shorter plays that you really throw off of the tee. Getting too far kind of pinches you off because there's not much of a gap below the trees. Like you said, the shot is really up above them to get to the basket. So maybe 250 feet off the tee.
I would imagine this is probably a fairly easy tee shot, but maybe not the easiest second shot for a lefty.
Yeah, I pushed that a little longer than the ideal landing zone, especially with the up over the top. It kind of puts me in a weird Annie type of throw. So Colin, you see discing down to that. I believe that was a putter.
Yeah.
He's not trying to throw real far at all, just setting up for that hyzer over those trees on the second shot.
Yep, and that looks like he's in perfect position. And same with Barsby. You know, you don't really have to throw it too far. It's like the further you go off the tee, the harder your shot gets. So it's fine to not try and be too aggressive off the tee pad here.
Yeah, and it looks like, I think that's an AVR out of Rick. He kind of pushes it maybe a little I don't know if that's further than he's wanting or not, but it's still, you can throw a pretty steep hyzer from there and control the landing, so maybe that is what he wanted.
Colin with the nice spike hyzer, giving himself a look from just outside the circle.
Yeah, coming up just a little bit short. Gregg keeping it a little bit lower. And he's inside the circle there, probably 25 feet for his birdie look.
And here you are throwing a
This is a
stall out Annie. Giving you a little bit short.
Yeah, it came up right
Not
at...
bad, though.
Yeah, not bad. Came up right at circle's edge.
Yeah, I was curious to see what you were going to do being a lefty because you can't just throw the spike hyzer like all three of them just did.
Yeah,
so.
and there's that steep angle I was talking about where he can just bounce it and keep it right there.
Yeah.
So here's Colin. Looks like he's probably 40, 42 feet. Dead
Wow.
center. What a great putt.
Yeah, that is the full extension.
Super clean. Not much wobble.
Yeah, and the basket did a great job of catching it. So
Dead center.
sweet putt.
And I'm here. My disc was right on the line. We decided I was in the circle, and I just didn't quite commit to the putt. Left it low.
Nothing wrong with a par here.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough shot, second shot.
Man, Barsby with the rare inside the circle miss.
Yeah, you could tell he was frustrated. He didn't even, he just turned right around and didn't want to watch it anymore.
Yeah, and Ricky tapping in his birdie. You'll be taking your par.
Well, frustrated tap in there.
Yeah.
Same from Gregg.
Pool table. Diamond tables are designed and manufactured from the highest quality, sustainable hardwoods, utilizing world-renowned designs. Diamond tables are unparalleled for playability and durability. After all, they are designed by players for players.
Moving on to hole 14, an interesting par 4, 550 feet. You kind of want to go up the hill and turn left just a little bit. Now, about at where that ditch is at, maybe there's an OB line drawn.
Like right now.
That you can't go past. And then once you land, yeah, we had a bit of a backup here. Didn't have a hacky sack, pulled out the sports sack.
Oh, that's awesome.
Caught the third foot.
That's cool.
But yeah, so on the green, you have to land inside the 10-meter circle to be in bounds as well.
Yeah, it's a little funky. The basket is already on an island, and then there's an island painted around it that you need to land inside. So definitely a funky hole, but definitely a hole that you can get your birdie on. Yeah,
absolutely. And this is a great drive out of Ricky here. You'll be able to see that OB line because he'll be getting kind of close to it.
That was a smash.
Yeah.
This hole's deceiving. Like, you can throw it really as hard as you can and not have any worries of going long because it's just that slight uphill the whole entire way.
Yeah, as once you stand on the tee before you've thrown it, it kind of feels like you can't throw that hard because you see the road over there, but it's pretty hard to reach.
And I would imagine this is another hole that's not very easy off the tee for a lefty, but you put yourself in prime position.
Yeah, I went with a TL3 I got from John from Tree Love there. Just to kind of stand up just a little bit. Don't have to worry about it fading out too much and going in the road. Gregg.
Probably throwing a Scorpius or a Destroyer or something.
Sawing it off just a little bit and getting in those woods slightly on the left. Colin, being on that slope, wasn't comfortable hitting the 10-meter circle from where he's at, so he's pitching up short of that OB line. You can see where those flags are at. I'm throwing with my Stargator here.
Parked.
It's about how you want it.
That's awesome. Great shot. Barsby pinched off.
Yeah, he's pulling out his Rhino here, which you haven't seen much this round.
And he's going for it.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. And after I saw this shot, I went up to Gregg and said that I think he just threw it in the woods so he could finally pull out his butter disc because he does what he wants to with that Rhino, and we haven't got to see it much. So good scramble shot out of the woods from Gregg there to get inside the 10-meter circle.
And Ricky throwing his pig for a pretty easy birdie putt.
Colin after laying up, forehanding, so he'll have his par tap in. Good play from him there. Gregg with the scramble birdie.
Very nice.
I know that feels good for him. Ricky tapping in his birdie, and me as well. So 3 birdies and a par there. Keeping clean of the OB. Good hole.
Here we are, hole 15, 268 feet. It's dead straight, but you don't want to miss left or right. It opens up a little bit about halfway down the fairway, but if you miss right or left, there's some tall stuff, and yeah, you just want to throw it straight.
Yeah, both sides of the fairway. You saw the left there kind of dip down. The right does that as well, but it's also in the woods the entire time.
I'd imagine that was his pig.
Yep, this is Ricky going with his pig again.
Whoa!
And we've got our second basket hit of the first round here.
Wow.
That one a little cleaner. Almost gets the ace, but he's parked there for his birdie.
And I guess that's why it's his signature disc.
About 3 inches low there, and we would have had a chance for a big ace anyway.
That's awesome. And here, another stud shot from you.
Stud, and you can see I knew immediately. It came out just a little bit early. Great kick there. I do have a long circle 2 look.
Barsby with another eagle.
And this is looking good as well.
Wow.
Just
parked.
Absolutely parked.
It amazes me how he has that touch forehand at 270 feet with a fairway driver. It's such a nice, helpful shot to have in the bag, and he does such a good job throwing it.
And Colin trying that hyzer flip. Rode the right side for a little bit, caught something, and pitched down left. It looks like he'll be inside circle 2 as well.
Ooh, just off the top band. Good run from circle 2, though.
Yeah, not too bad. It's this is a hole you want to get, but good run from circle 2. Oh, it looks like I jumped in front of Colin there. He should have gone before me, but he pitches up. Leaves a little bit more than you want for par, but he'll clean it on up there. Good putt from Colin. So where he was standing, I was standing right beside him, and you could just see gaps through the chains. You could just see the holes, and I was like, man, that was a scary putt.
Oh, man. Oh, whoa, Ricky almost bounced off the pole.
Ricky sticking with his, jamming it in there, getting a little bounce, but connecting on the birdie, and Gregg just tapping in. Great shot from him. Back with the leaderboard check-in. Got a couple 10 downs with Ricky and Colten Montgomery. Corey Ellis at 9 down. And then you see the rest of the board hanging pretty tight there.
Yeah, it's this is kind of a birdie or die course, you know, so like everyone was super close throughout the whole entire round.
Until you get here. This is a super tough par 5 here, 720 feet. Most people are going to be following the drone path here. And then you want to land here maybe about your second shot. You want to land about right here. So your third shot, you can try to throw up this tunnel to the basket and get your 4.
Yeah, this hole is not very easy.
So Ricky found this super high hyzer line, lots of power. And this shot, just most people can't even...
Oh, whoa. I heard about this.
And he gets caught in the head. And
There's people right here.
Oh, boy.
he seems to be okay. He didn't go down. We did talk to him later. He was fine. It mostly caught his bill and his glasses. But you did see Ricky got a very, very unfortunate roll there back into the woods. And Gregg, this is the normal play. That is a absolutely fantastic forehand shot. That's about what you want. That's
perfect,
where you want to be.
Perfect position. What are you throwing here?
I'm going with my beat-in Star Wraith.
Okay.
And I thought it was good out of my hand. Turns out just a little bit inside.
Yeah. Probably just be pitching up to the mouth there, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and Colin, being the local, just playing the layup shot, which is perfectly great play. It leaves you this gap to hit to get up to still have a birdie opportunity on your second shot. And he pushed that just a little bit long. Otherwise, that's about what you want to do. So here you see me. I don't have much going on. I try a forehand. Looks to be a little ill-advised.
Second one of the round.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be tough from over there probably.
So once you get where Gregg gets, it's kind of a weird area to be at. You could either try to pitch through that gap and throw it maybe 100 feet, or try to throw up over top. And he catches some wind, I think, trying to go up over top, turns it over. One of the weirdest shots you'll see from me there, standing behind my mini, throwing behind my mini. But
you were actually in a better spot than, like, you had a clean layup. I thought you were going to have some crazy over-the-top shot, so.
yeah, it was, so here, I'm trying to get up there for my par now. If I can get up through this gap. I threw how I wanted to, and just didn't quite get the stand-up I wanted. Still have a super long look for par, but playing pretty tough on this hole.
Yeah, this gap leading up to the basket is super hard to get through. Just there's so many little things that you can hit. It's uphill, so I didn't see a lot of clean shots get up to the basket.
So Ricky's second shot went here, and this is him throwing up for his tap-in birdie, which is just great.
And I say that I haven't seen a clean shot up there, he leaves it right there.
Yeah, he might have had an eagle chance had we not had that unfortunate incident. And luckily the guy is okay. He wasn't bleeding or anything, so we did talk to him for a little bit.
That's great, because that's probably close to 500-foot shot coming in at a really fast speed. So glad to see he's all right.
Yeah, I was trying to give it a run there with the backstop, came up just a little bit low. Colin with the forehand run, also trying to give it a bid.
Yeah. Tapping in his birdie there.
Yeah, good birdie from Gregg. Believe this is for Colin's par. Getting it in there low left side.
And you know, I think that's probably just how he drew it up with his layup. You know, laying it up off the tee. I think that's probably exactly what Colin wanted to do. So
yeah, nothing wrong with a par on this one. I tap in my bogey, and Ricky getting his birdie. Moving on to hole 17, which is another beautiful par 3, 352 feet. Straight shot. You kind of want it to go just a little bit off to the right before it fades back left up to this slightly uphill green.
yeah, this was a tough shot because it's like you want to force something overstable over through the gap and then come back, and that's tough to do on such a tight gap here.
Yeah, and Ricky trying to force something over there, letting go early, and he's gonna have a tough lie over there.
Definitely. And I think Barsby is probably going something a little bit just trying to punch it straight, not really trying to flex anything, because I think Ricky was going Firebird flex, and
Yeah.
Barsby just threw eagle dead straight.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was another eagle out of him. And Colin just dead straight with a little bit of fade on the end. That's exactly how you want to throw the shot. Great shot out of him.
Curious to see what you're gonna do here.
Yeah,
being a lefty.
You see a leopard and a sidewinder in my hand. I picked the sidewinder. I'm really just taking off. I'm not throwing that as hard as I can. Trying to just punch it straight and catch a little bit of stuff on the right side, but I'm out. It's not the easiest birdie for me to get without a forehand.
And Ricky just getting out onto the edge of the rough.
Yeah, he had a pretty tough scramble from in there. He was trying to go overhand roller or forehand kind of overhand roller. Didn't quite get out, so he's laying up for his bogey there now. Here I am, probably 90 feet. Gonna throwing my P2 up there, trying to stay out of the woods.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's sick. I didn't know that.
Finally caught me a long one.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. Nice shot.
Dead center on it. Thanks, man. That one felt good right after that bogey on the last hole.
Sweet. Always love to see a good throw in. Here's Colin for his birdie. Nice putt from 28 feet.
Good drive and putt from Colin there. And we've got a chance for 3 birdies on this hole. Pretty tough hole. Great.
Dang.
Tapping it in.
3 birdies on this hole. That's, again, a hole that you probably don't see that on very often.
Yeah, so now we've got on the card 2 10 downs and 2 8 downs going into the last hole. Hole 18, 531 feet. Another placement shot par 4. That tree that's just off of the wood line on the left. You want to get just past it, and then we're going to 90-degree angle-ish to the left to hit this tunnel. You've got this little structure here built that leads you to hole 1 to get you up to where you got to throw high enough to get up to the basket on the protected green up here.
Yeah, this is definitely a placement shot. If you're not in the perfect position, it's really hard to get up to the basket. So
yeah, and that's a good play from Gregg there, leaving it wide, not giving himself a chance to really pinch himself off with those early trees. Colin with the hyzer flip, going to a similar spot.
He's a little bit longer. Let's see if that might be too long to give him a clean look at it. But and another hole that's probably not the easiest lefty tee shot, but once you get your second shot, it's probably a little bit easier of a lefty shot.
Yeah, this same TL3 I threw on the last hole, 14 like that. And I put it right where I wanted to. I'm a little further left than the righties are, so I'm a little closer. And I think we're going to see Ricky try to go pretty big here.
Yeah, he definitely took it more inside. Firebird.
And just dead center in the middle.
Yeah,
Got
that's perfect.
Way less of a gap to hit now. He's just pretty
putter
much,
forehand,
yeah,
probably.
pretty much just pitching right up there now. So you see Gregg, he's put himself right in the gap. That last dirt you can see on the right is where the basket's at. And he punches through some high trees and puts himself in the circle, probably 20 feet. And Colin hasn't pinched himself off too much.
No, that was great.
Yeah, he's right where he wanted to be as well, and that looks great. And he's just parked it.
Great. Local, he knew where to land. But yeah, as you can tell, if you land long, like 30 feet past Nathan, it makes that upshot much more difficult. But Nathan, leaving it a little bit short, but giving himself a look for
Yeah, I'm
birdie.
probably 26, 28 feet there. A little shorter than you want to be, but not bad.
And Ricky with
a great second kick.
Yeah.
Double kicky, tricky Ricky. Keeping him inside the circle and a little bit closer than me. All
Nice
right.
putt for birdie.
Get a little bit of love bouncing over the rim.
That's a good finish, getting 2 in a row.
Yeah, 17, 18 felt good. 17's not one that I really planned to get, so felt good to get that one for sure. And then always feels good to finish with the birdie. Ricky taps in his. Gregg pretty much tapping in as well, and it looks like we're going to finish this video with the star frame also.
Wow. Impressive.
So we'll have Ricky and Gregg both shooting 11 down, which will put them tied for second. And then Colin Wise and myself both shooting 9 down, putting us tied for fourth. We've got Corey Ellis coming in with the hot round of 13 down. And then you'll have Gregg and Ricky, and then along with Colten Montgomery, who also shot 9 down. So, and he's got the lower PDGA number, which is how they do the second round before there's a hot score. So looking forward to the second round. It'll be on the same course.
Yeah, thank you
Oh,
guys.
here we go.
Oh, yeah, here's
That
the...
shows you Corey Ellis 13 down, Ricky and Gregg tied for second, and then a log jam after that with 4 9s and 4 8s. So super tight. It'll be exciting to watch the second round. We'll see you for the next one.